So that was it, right? That was my reaction. Initially, it was like, yeah, I don't know about this. I don't think this is a good idea. This could be damaging to your image. It could affect your career. It could affect my career. Because at this point, we're both neither really entertainers. We have day jobs, right? We have livelihoods. And, you have to be able to accept that could be damaged if you do something like this. If this inspires you to make positive changes in your life and you want to, go more risque and it's entertainment, then I'm open to it. I'm open to what OnlyFans could do. But here's the thing, right? You need to do your research. You need to first understand the implications of, if I do this, what am I cutting off? Because you may be making short-term money,
right,
but you may be cutting off career paths. You may be affecting my career path. You need to understand the full implications of that, right? So if that's first thing, you need to look into that. The second thing is you need to realistically understand how much are you making and how long is this sort of livelihood? Like, can people do it for 6 months and people get bored of you? Because can you imagine, like,
I know,
you look at
that's
anyone naked long enough, at some point,
what's next?
Who cares? Seriously, it's like, you look at your wife for 10 years naked, at some point you just glossed over. Here's my analogy, right? This is the one thing I tell people all the time is, you could be the richest person in the world. You could buy a Mona Lisa. You could hang it up right in your entrance foyer where you walk in every day and appreciate it. That's the Mona Lisa. But I guarantee you, after 10 years, you're just going to walk in, throw your shoes in a corner, and not even notice it's there, right? You become desensitized to it. It's the same thing when you buy a new car. You love that new car smell. After 2 or 3 years, you treat your car like crap. You're eating your McDonald's and French fries are falling over the side of the crevice that you can never get out of it.
On the person, right?
The vast majority of people, they lose that sort of initial, sensation.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you need to understand that.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? Really important about the money scenario. And then I think the other thing you would need to take a look at is, like, how far do you need to go? So we need to sit down and we need to do research. We need to subscribe to a bunch of people and see what they're doing.
That's right.
Both people in the adult entertainment industry, because I'm willing to bet you have no idea how far they're willing to go.
Right.
And some of these, mainstream people like Bella Thorne, let's subscribe to her and see what people are paying for. Because I don't know, like, I can't imagine. Actually, no, I can. Like, people like Bella Thorne and a lot of YouTube influencers, you start to develop this need for attention, where you're willing to one-up yourself to do something more extreme each time. It's part of the reason why controversial figures like Jake Paul and his brother Logan Paul are willing to go crazy and do one more additional thing for YouTube until they do something that's like one step too crazy and they get banned from the platform, they get arrested. They realize, like, I pushed it too far. I think OnlyFans is the same sort of thing. You're going to start finding, like, I need to push it to become more popular, make more money. And the question is, this isn't YouTube, where YouTube's like, well, no, this is our hard line, because we know if we don't put rules in, people will put pranks where they shoot themselves through a book to stop a bullet and people get killed doing that. Or they eat Tide Pods and people die from it. Like, people do stupid shit to get attention, to get views, to get money. And OnlyFans has no rules. I think it doesn't have any rules, right?
No.
I don't know. Maybe, yeah. I think the rules are a lot looser, at least.
Right.
And so that's where you have to start figuring out where your line is by looking to see where everyone else is drawing a line. If you don't understand where your line is, at some point, you're going to get a lot of people going like, here, well, for another $50, will you do this? I hope you're taking notes. These are the things you need to look into before you do OnlyFans. No way we're going to agree to do this until you do your research. Until I do my research too.
I've already done writing all that right there.
Okay, all right. So let's go through this checklist. So I guess we'll find out pretty soon how she goes about this. I can't say that I am 100% comfortable with you doing this, mainly because, I mean, let's be real, right? We made so many videos of you joking and laughing about how clueless you are. You can't go into this clueless, right? This is just not, like, this is my serious face now. You can't do this clueless. No way. There are implications if you don't do this well. And my other point is this, that if you're going to do this, you better do it damn well. You better ride it while you can, because, hey, spring chickens eventually become KFC chickens. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I don't know if that makes any sense at all. All right, y'all. Well, let me know what you think, guys and girls, because,
yes,
at the end of the day, I don't want to feel like I'm a prude, I don't want to say, no, that's wrong, especially since we live in Vegas.
We
and
live
we've
in
seen a lot of
Vegas.
these nudie shows. And
Yes.
shoot, every time I go to a strip club, you're calling me up, I want to go too. So, reality is we're very comfortable with how people flaunt themselves.
Right.
And how entertainers want to do whatever they want to do. 100% in support of that. But we do have a livelihood here, right? And that livelihood could be affected by it. And I want you to understand also, all the other cons that go along with this, which is you get hounded by guys left and right. Not that I'm the jealous kind,
right.
but, safety precautions are something that, let's just put it this way. If you are always downloading a virus every single week, your safety precautions are not on top of your mind. So how you reply to people, how you deal with trolls, stalkers, it's a serious thing that you need to look into, girl.
I need to learn. Really, for sure. That's why I need you.
All right. First, okay, so forget about being a prude. You got to admit, the perception of you asking me to manage you is basically what John is now pimping his wife out. I don't know if I want that perception, Lulu. I don't want to be your manager. I don't want to. You want to do this? You need to learn the ropes. You need to do this. I'm happy to teach you the business side of things.
Yes, I need you.
You have to understand the business side of things, but you want to build your channel. I'm not going to be there showing you. All right, ladies, this is how a pimp pimps his hoes. No way. Not cool.
This is a business. This is not just for fun. I'll be posting. Oh, it's fun. At the same time, it's a fun thing to do because I like, me. I like to dress up. I like fashion.
Dress up? You mean take off? Which one is
Dress
it?
Dress up and then take off.
It is reaching that point where I think OnlyFans could be a really interesting, take of what goes on in the future. And whether or not you ended up doing, showing more, I think there's inevitability because quite frankly, it's almost like once you get used to throwing off your inhibition, you're going to go crazy. I know you. But
I already have a lot of photos of that stuff, and you're just keeping it to yourself. You have to share it. I'm just kidding.
No. See, I'm the one who would say that. They're like, don't pretend. You're the one who's self-conscious. You say that, but I know you, right?
Yes.
You have, you don't have the confidence to want to show people I don't want to show that. I don't look good enough. And that's why suddenly you're inspired to work out, all these workout videos, and you're eating healthy. I'm like, is this my wife?
Yes, it's hurting so bad to see my chocolate, to see my rice not being eaten by myself.
All right. I guess we'll see where this goes, y'all. All right, make sure you subscribe because we are going to track this journey here. And I will go into...
Great experience. Great.
What is good YouTube content? So maybe we will get views from this. But more importantly, I hope this is an interesting lesson for a lot of other people out there. Not just women, because there's actually a lot of guys I've realized are actually on this platform too.
Yeah.
But you really need to think about this. And, maybe I'll make a separate video of the pros and cons of this kind of thing. Because you know me, I like to analyze things. I like to break things down. But ultimately, a choice still has to be made. And, I don't know. I don't know if there is what I would call a analytical decision that could be made for something like this. Ultimately, you are taking a pretty big leap of faith by doing something on OnlyFans because there still is a stigma. And when there's a stigma, stigmas in and themselves are irrational sort of expectations of society, right? So which means that if you do something like this, it's still, I think, rooted in potentially irrational choice, right? If you want to go against the grain. But hey, I've always been a black sheep. I've done what I want to do. I've gone against the grain. So I cannot sit here and tell you not to do it. That would be truly hypocritical. Okay, you all. Until next time. Peace.
Bye.